Never wary, I wanna be legendary.
We are live. Oh my goodness, you guys. I have no idea what's going on right now, okay? Just whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just whatever. Just roll with it. Just let it go. Just let it go. Don't even worry about it, man. It's not even important. You understand? It's just chaos and disorder. Hey, what's up, Mick? What's up, Wes? Yeah, Robert Sharp. What's going on, guys? What are you guys doing, man? Anything exciting? I'll tell you what I'm doing. I am not having fun. We have just had, I don't know. I have no idea how to explain this, but all of a sudden YouTube is like, you know what, man, live stream's not available right now. You understand? Live stream is just not available right now. Like, we don't even care what you got going on. It's not even important to us. What is important to us is that we get to do what we want to do, and we're going to tell you what you can do, okay? And you can't live stream right now. And then it's telling me my camera's being used by something else, and then it shut all the cameras off. I'm having to turn cameras back on as we speak. So I don't know, dude. I don't know. You know, everything's fine till you push the button, and then they're like, you know what? No. We've decided you've got no button. You're not gonna get to use your other cams. You're not gonna get to do anything like that. Your audio is gonna be all jacked up when I decide it's gonna be jacked up. The things you had in place that you thought were gonna work, yeah, we've decided those aren't gonna work anymore. So you can keep trying it, and it'll keep acting like it's gonna work, and then it's just not gonna work. That's just how we roll. What's up, Shawanda? I saw Too Loco. I saw Maddie. I saw all you guys, man. I'm sorry. Yeah. So I'll show you, man. You guys want to see something crazy? Oh, wait. Oh, no. Exit that. Okay. Don't do that. Oh, I don't even know if we're still alive. Are we still alive? Yeah, I think we're still alive. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on, dude. Okay. So yeah, we're still alive. Dude, I was going to show you guys what was going on, and this thing just decided we're not going to do that either. You know, we're not going to show you what happens when you go live. We've got a really cool feedback loop that's going on right now. That's pretty epic. I don't know why, but all of a sudden YouTube's not accepting my OBS software. So we had to do some rerouting tonight, and there's some audio things that are going to be flipping around and going a little bit crazy. But I mean, it really doesn't matter because, you know, who cares, man? Who cares, right? We're all in this together. We're all in this together, man. All right, you guys. So we didn't go fishing today, and I'll tell you why we didn't go fishing. We didn't go fishing because of one plain and simple thing. It's freaking cold, dude. It was like 50 degrees, rainy on and off, threatening to rain. The water was like 1 to 3 footers again. You know how that goes. I was going to take you guys to a different lake today, and I drove past the lake on my way home from work, and I looked out at the boat ramp, and there is the big Nillo, the big goose egg. Not a single person out there braving the fishery. It just wasn't even worth it. The waves, dude, were like breaking on the dock, and I was like, yeah, you know what? We'll just call it today. We'll see if we can get in the computer and fix all these crazy issues. Yeah, no, everything went bad, man. All it takes is one OBS update. So I don't know, man. You know how this thing goes. But we're going to talk about things that we're going to do in the winter now. So I went out fishing, guys, last Saturday, Lake Yale. I was going to pull it up and show you guys on the computer, but that's not happening right now. Is Beard's freezing up? No, Wes, I'm not freezing up. It just occurred for a second. I was telling you Y2K was real. Yeah, dude. It's just now hitting in Y22 tray. You know what I mean? Like, that's how it's working. Could you start doing live on Kick? I do lives on Kick, Shawanda. The same issue is going to go. That's the whole thing. Like, I don't know where the issue is coming in. I gamed a little bit yesterday, but that wasn't as much fun. We could probably adventure over there one night a week and check out what that would be like to do a little kick fishing show and stuff like that. But, man, I don't know. It all started with buying a new piece of equipment. Okay, and then this last episode has just been the ultimate nightmare. We've been trying to talk about spinnerbaits for, I don't know, it feels like 10 years now, but that's been unable to go through. I don't know what's going on with that. Like I said, it's its own little adventure, man. It's its own little adventure. I don't even know where to begin on this, but listen, it is what it is. So moving forward, let's get into some of the baits, man. This weekend, boys, I'm going to tell you right now, slow rolling the spinnerbait. Big 1/2 ounce, number 5 blades, big guys, big guys. We're going to pull one out. Let's do that. Let me show you what's going on. All right, so when I'm talking about, well, this is only a 3/8. Hold on, where's all my 1/2 ounces? Just my luck. They're all out there. Hold on, I'm going to put you guys on a commercial. I'm going to go get one. Hold on, I know where they are. Give me a second. Oh, what's that? You noticed? My fishing gloves? No, those are cool. Yeah, those are the new Heathen Squad socks for sure, folks. I'll tell you, my fishing day couldn't get any better. I got my gloves and I got my socks. HeathenSquad.com. All right, we're back. Okay, sorry, man. It took me a second. Oh, someone come feed my dogs and cats. No, I don't want to do it. I know the feeling, Wes. No, I'm just kidding. I love my little puppos. So, yeah. So, I'm having to do, like, all this crazy stuff now with the switches and transitions and stuff like that. Yeah, it's not good, man. I'm getting, like, a double reverb. Listen to this. This is the new thing. This is great. You guys ready for this? Whenever I throw it out, I'm getting a double up signal. You ready? Listen to that. Echo. I hate that. That sounds crazy to me in my ear. Can you guys hear it? I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I now I think it sounds fine. But for some reason, it's going into like a feedback loop, and I can't figure out why it's in a feedback loop, and I've already tried checking everything. Everything is set to where it's supposed to be. So, I don't know, dude. I don't know. It says things are like louder than they're supposed to be. Oh, maybe if we go down here. Okay, hold on. Let me try this. You guys, we're testing. Hold on. How about now? How about now? Oh, there it is. Nope. There it is. Okay, never mind. We're not even going to mess with that, man. Double input on your side. Yeah, Wes, I think so. I think so. You don't hear it? You guys really don't hear that, Wes? That's cool. I hear it. I hear it something fierce. Like, it's really bad, dude. Like, I'm trying to find a way to adjust out of it, and it's just not happening. Oh, okay, good. If you don't hear it, that's cool. It's just in my head then. Great. That's what I need. All right, so I'm going to show you spinnerbaits. Let's go. All right, so this was the big one I was throwing this weekend. It's pretty good size, man. 1/2 ounce. Got a big number 5 on there. It's got 1 willow, 1 Colorado. I can't take it. It's got 1 willow, 1 Colorado on there. We got that V channel back I told you guys about. See that? Oh, you can't really see it. There it is. See that V right there? Keeps this thing flowing nice and straight, dude. I had this thing rolling so slow. I'm throwing that on a 6.0, like a real slow gear ratio, 6.0 gear ratio. I've got that on 40-pound Seagar Smackdown braid. And buddy, I'll tell you what, Nice spinnerbait slow presentation. You really can't miss it. Hold on. Oh, guys, let me do this real quick. Let me put you guys on a quick commercial. Here, I'm going to put you in the background real quick. Where's my video? I got to make a call. All right, here you go. Where is... All right, there you go. All right, hold on. We'll give you guys some tunes. I don't know what that was. I have no idea. I guess I missed a call. I've been trying to get a hold of my little man, so that's not working. All right, back to the story. Okay, so what we got going on, guys, is I went to Lake Yale, right? And I thought it was all right. It was decent. I mean, I caught some fish, but like nothing like, you know, big. But buddy, some of the worst water you could ever imagine, man. Terrible, terrible situation. And as the day progressed, I got to thinking like, man, what else can I throw in the winter that's been effective? And so I looked back in some of the years and years and years and years of doing the YouTube memory style fishing videos. And dude, you know what I totally didn't throw this weekend that I'm really beating myself up over because I should have known. You understand what I'm saying? I should have known to throw this. And for some reason, I just couldn't bring myself to throw it. Jerkbait, dude. It's jerkbait. You're going to get suspended fish. You're going to get fish that are just lethargic, that are just kind of like hanging out. You know, they're not really looking to be so continuously moving. They're posted up. If you're throwing something that moves by them real fast, there's a pretty good chance they might not even be interested in that. If you throw something that sits too long in one place, they might lose interest with that and just go on about their business. So tonight, guys, we're going to talk about a few things. We're going to talk about slow rolling. When I say slow rolling, I mean check your gear ratios, boys, okay? You do not want to be throwing like an 8:3 to 1 retrieve ratio where you should be throwing like a 6. If you're trying to slow roll a spinnerbait back and keep that bait vertical in a good presentation, yeah, going into something like a 7:3 to 1, you better slow down. But if you're going into an 8, forget it. You'll never even be able to reel that slow. Mentally, you won't be able to bring yourself to reel that slow, and that bait's going to flip around a lot and get sideways. It's really not going to be the presentation that the fish were looking for. I mean, sometimes that trigger strikes, don't get me wrong, but once the lure starts helicoptering and getting all out of hand and stuff like that, you're moving way too fast. So that's what brings me into tonight's technique. Tonight's technique, guys, we're going to talk about jerkbait fishing. We're going to talk about jerkbait, some spooks. We're going to talk about interesting stuff. Stuff that I can tell you if you're looking back in my fishing history, and I'm sure if you guys, like I said, keep a log, start paying attention to that kind of stuff, like what you were fishing on what days and what the temperature was like, even if it's just like a mental log. Me, I say it aloud all the time. It's kind of one of my things. You know, you'll hear me doing a lot of, well, guys, it's, 5.5 foot of water and 64 degrees, 3.5 foot of water, 62 degrees, or 68 degrees. And that's just really for me to mentally remind myself like what I should be fishing, although I don't make the change, you know what I mean? Should have known better as per the usual. So I go in my bag, right? And I'm like, man, did I even bring? Yeah, of course you did. You brought exactly what you needed to catch fish this weekend. You just decided not to throw it. Because that's just me. We got some different jerk baits here. I'll show you guys some interesting things. We're going to talk about why these jerk baits are different. although their appearance is going to be oh so similar. And then we're going to talk about another thing that a lot of people don't realize, but we're going to talk about it because I think it's important to give you guys a little secret. It's not really a secret. This is, if you pay attention, man, you'll notice a pattern. Right now, my pattern is I'm stuck like Chuck. All right. Hold on, I can get one more of these things out. Ow, that's a hook. I have just got these things just straight tangled up. That's okay, though. Give me a second. We're doing it together. We're doing it live. Ow. There's a lot of hooks here. That's what I'm caught in right now. Just so we're all clear. When you're like, what is he down there doing? Well, I'll tell you what he's doing. He's trying to get hooks out without getting his finger stuck in them. Got it. Ow, that one is super duper sharp. We're going to talk about that one tonight too, so let's go ahead and get that out. Oh my goodness. And there should have been one more, but I don't know where it is. It's not in here right now. Dude, you broke into my tackle box? Yeah, no kidding, right? All right, guys, so jerk baits. All right, one of the things I want you guys to know. So you've got different, sounding jerk baits. So check this one out, right? There's your rattle style. We all know about that. And then we've got your clacker style. A little bit bigger rattles. Small, subtle changes. But the difference in these two baits is right there in the lip, boys and girls. Can you see the difference in that? Okay, so this one over here, that's going to be like a 3 to 5 footer. And this one over here is going to be a 7 to 10. Okay, very similar design, as you guys can see. These are both Evergreen Internationals. I like Evergreen International. I think they make great products. Both the same size, 4.5 inch. Both got the triple EWG hooks on them. Little bit different size as far as the knockers inside, the little, the chingies. But as you can see, the color patterns are relatively the same. And the reason I say that is one thing you're going to notice when it comes to the old jerk baits, you really don't need 100 different colors, okay? You pretty much need something in a silver with either a black or a chartreuse. You're going to get something in a white, like a bone, almost light yellow, you know what I mean? Not quite as bright as chartreuse, but something with like a matte finish. And then you're going to need something just straight black. If you go with those 3 colors in the jerkbait, you are going to find that you're going to have success. And I'm going to tell you why. One of the most successful baits ever created and thrown is the Rapala 4-inch jerk minnow, which is basically just a 1 to 3 foot jerking jerkbait. That's all it really is. And if you pay close attention to your environment this time of year, okay, one of the things that you're going to notice is that the pinfish are running around like crazy. Now, I noticed this. And that's where the presentation of the jerkbaits start to get really, really good. And if you're looking to target those suspended fish, and when I say suspended, I just mean you're going to find fish that are roaming around. If you're in 8 foot of water, they're sitting at 4 foot. They're not moving. They're not going anywhere. They might have found a little piece of structure to look around, but more than likely, they're just kind of like hanging out. And that's where the jerkbaits come in. Now, one thing I want to tell you guys, this is a floating jerkbait. Okay, and these floating jerkbaits, when you stop pulling the bait down, will tend to float back and up. So if there's a trailing fish and you're in that pop, pop, pause pattern, there, there's the pattern of pop, pop, pause. There's off cadence, pop, pause, pop, 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 pause, pop, pop, pause. Mix it up, throw it around a little bit. Just do whatever. The thing you're going to notice is on the floating ones, that tends to go back towards the fish and triggers its own type of strike. Now, this particular one right here is a suspended jerkbait. So the deeper I pull this jerkbait down, right, when I stop pulling this jerkbait, it's going to sit relatively within 4 to 6 inches of the depth to where I pulled it. It's not going to have that float back effect. It's just going to stop. So you don't really have to do too much to it. Once you get, your suspended jerkbaits down at a level to where your fish are kind of hanging out. What's going on, Chaos? Once you get down to that level of where the fish are hanging out, the thing that you'll notice is that they'll come get it. They'll come get it. They will come get it. And this type of technique, very effective as the transition starts to push in now. I mean, the other side of the spectrum is like 10-inch ribbon-tail worms, and you can just kind of drop and drag those things. Pick them up, drop and drag. Pick them up, drop and drag. But you're going to notice that fish will come tear those things apart. You're going to miss a lot more hookups. That's why I tend to go in the fall with a lot of hooks. Because if you do get that bite, you want to maintain that there's going to be a hook, So the jerk baits on the treble hooks, that's one of your best friends. Another one I'm going to show you guys, and we talked about this a couple of days ago. Another technique that I've got to bring myself to start doing in the wintertime. Not necessarily first thing in the morning, although it could be just as effective. But when the water temperatures start to warm up and fish start to push into shallower waters where the temperatures are a bit higher, are spooks. Big walking spooks. Not much rattle on that one. This one's got a clacker, but I have to let the hooks down in order for the clacks to work. But I'm not letting those hooks down because I got enough hooks flying around here on the desk. As you can see, this is in like a clear. Not a big deal, but it's just straight silver, almost like a white. And spooks are the top water. They go left to right, left to right, left to right. All of them are different, so depending on the body length and the width of the body, the girth, so to speak, will determine how wide the swing is on your spook. Now, patterns with spooks, you're going to work them about the same way you're working a jerkbait. Except instead of pulling the nose of the rod down, like you're trying to pull the bait down under the water, you just continuously pop it up as you reel. And that'll keep the bait doing a large pattern across the top of the water. Some of them are real tight. Like I said, some of them have a little sway to them. But let me tell you, if you start hitting that warming trend first thing in the morning, this might be your biggest fish. This right here might end up on your PB list. Just so we're clear, you can mess around with a spook and smash a PB. I've seen it. I've physically seen it. It's probably one of my favorite techniques for this time of year. Hits are few and far between, but when they are, they're big topwater hits for big bass. Big bass. All right, here we go. What do we got? Next up, you guys ready? You know what time it is. We're going to get into it. We're also getting to this time of year. Again, in the winter, bites are going to seem few and far between. Unless you're approaching exactly where the fish... Remember, if you find one, you're going to find a bunch, okay? So if you find something with some size, don't leave that area anytime soon. Give a couple more casts right back in that area because there might be 4 or 5, maybe even 6 sitting in that same spot. We proved that on the bridge a couple of weeks ago. But structure, you've got docks, you've got all kinds of things like that. And that brings me to the next thing that's going to catch fish for you this time of year, boys. If you're going to do it, go big. Go big swim baits. Go big swim baits. And when you think you've gone big enough, go bigger. You understand? This right here, 6.3 inches at 2.45 ounces. That's just under 2.5 ounces. That's that big gandrel or ganterel. Boys, it's coming around that time of year. We're going to sling these bigs again, man. And if you're only going to get 1 or 2 bites in a day, get it. Absolutely get it. Now, one of the things I want to talk to you guys about. So, you've got Surface bait swim, you have large surface swim baits, okay, which do that wake pattern at the top, okay. Then you have subsurface. All right, this is a river to sea S-Waver. This one is the S-Waver 168, and it is 1 foot subsurface. This thing will not go deeper than 1 foot. It will not float. It'll just drop right down to 1 foot and hang out. Okay, and this one here is S-Waver 120, and this one is 1 15/16 of an ounce, and it's subsurface 3 feet. So this is a smaller bait, but a 3 foot, both S-Waver patterns. But then you get into big things like this. I mean, this is that big gantarel. See it? Okay, and this thing is, we talked about it, 6.3 inches at almost 2.5 ounces. Okay, and one of the things about this is this big bad boy right here sinks, and it sinks relatively quick. So if I have bigger fish that I know I want to get that jerk reaction bait, I let that thing sit for 1 or 2 seconds, let it drop about a foot a second is about the average for that bait, and then I'll just go to reeling it and stop. And that thing's going to give that little up and down pattern. But if you look at other stuff out there, like companies like 6 Cents, they've done a little bit different. And I'll show you what I mean by that. They've got 3 different classifications of their trace baits. So to give you guys an idea, this is a slow sinking. So this one sinks at a rate of just under a foot per second. So this thing is 6 inches at 1.65 ounces. They make this same bait, same size, also in a floating series and a fast sinking series. Now, I'm learning the slow sinking series. It takes a little bit different style as far as your retrieve. You really have to use it a bunch so you get your speed down to where the bait is looking naturally as if it's, it's just leisurely, casually, progressing through the water column. You know what I'm saying? When in reality, what I'm looking for with the fast sinking is that when I give it a reel and maybe give it a little pause, that nose dips down as if that fish was, that bait was ducking out, like it was trying to get out of there and hide. That can trigger strikes. So you got to kind of find that balance. Do you want it to float all the time, which isn't always the best thing, because remember, although fish's eyes are always looking up, they might not be interested based on the water temperature and the water, the way the waves and things like that are going. Top water doesn't always get them. So I chose slow sinking. I'm learning how to use it. I think it's going to be an effective tool. Have I caught any fish on it yet? No, but we're hoping. We threw it a lot this last Saturday. It didn't pan out for us. So again, if you're not going to get a lot of baits in the wintertime, man, go ahead and crush it. You understand what I'm saying? Swing for the gusto, dude. Hey, what's up, Tank? Make that one bait count, make that one shot count. Because you never know, man. If you're only going to get one bite, make sure you're throwing treble hooks. You know what I'm saying? If you're only going to end up with that one shot at a fish, make it a big one, So throw some big baits in the wintertime. Try some different techniques. Look at things like the, jerk baits this time of year. Take a look at the different jerk baits. That'll give you a pretty good idea of what you got going on. You never know. You really don't. But again, it's that time of year where if you're going to get hit, you might as well make it count. You really want to make sure you make it count. You want to make sure that fish has got a face full of hooks and he's coming to the boat. You understand what I'm saying? So, rods. Okay. Give you guys an idea. The spooks, I pretty much throw 40-pound braid all the time this time of year. 30, 40 pound all year long, regardless of the techniques that I'm looking for. The cold water, what I worry about in the wintertime is that one big fish. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be able to have enough power when I reach down to pull that rod back, that I want to make sure that I'm sitting pretty stiff. I'm not quite going 1X heavy. on my rod strength. I might go heavy, single heavy, just heavy, not 1X, just heavy, or medium heavy. I might stay in the medium heavy this time of year. I know I'm going to throw medium to medium heavy on spinner baits. Jerk baits, you really want to make sure you got a little bit of backbone. You're looking for something in the fast as far as the rod goes. You're looking for a rod that says it's a fast, movement, fast, parabolic bend, to give you an idea, because you really want to make sure when you give that whack twitch that there's some play to the rod, so that bait actually looks a little bit more in a swimming fashion, rather than pulling it on a moderate rod where it's just going to dive down and come up and then dive down and come up. You want to give it that little bit of a stutter. That's important, because the fish they'll trigger on that. They'll strike on that. They'll key in on that little stupid soft movement. Don't always use something with sound. Again, the Rapala 4-inch minnow, jerkbait minnow, it's been killing it for years. It's been killing, and that thing's got no sound whatsoever. So pay close attention to what you got going on. I mean, if you might be in the right ballpark, you might be throwing the right bait, but the problem might be is you're adding sound, and those fish they're not interested in that. That's giving them a little, I don't want to be here, I don't want to be here. And you switch up to a quiet, something like just a Rapala or a Mega Bass. There's a lot of different companies that make quiet jerk baits, but you'll end up finding out that might have been the key. That might have been all you needed. Everybody's loving looking for the 10 plus. And that's my thing, man. I'm in the same boat, Wes. I'm trying. I'm looking at different lakes, places I haven't gone in a long time. I mean, I'm putting in a lot of work. Today, like I said, I didn't feel like getting cold. It was like 50 degrees, 52 degrees when I would have been out there fishing, and the wind was blowing like there was no tomorrow. Like, I'm not trying to come out here and get sick. That's not what I'm trying to do. I want to go fishing. I want to hang out with you guys. But what I don't want to do is end up getting some kind of like pneumonia because I went fishing for 6 hours and it wasn't as much fun as I thought it was going to be. You know what I mean? Oh, hold on. Oh, everything got reset, man. Everything got reset. But we're going to get it back. You'll see. Another thing, it's that time of year, boys and girls. Maintenance your gear. Don't forget. Please maintenance your gear. Please find a way to get some time to at least clean some of the dirt out of some of these things that you've been nasty and mucking it up all summer, because the last thing you want is a nice rusty winter, because that'll throw all your plans off right off the bat. We've got the Cabela's registration December 1st, so I get my last one of those. We'll get into that later on. That won't be something we're going to talk about tonight. We'll talk about that another night when it's official. What else do we got? It's happy late turkey day. I forgot to say that last stream, the meltdown stream, when everything was working and then stopped working. You know how that goes. I love that feeling. But nonetheless, man, I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know what lake we're going to end up on. I know we're going to end up beating the bank for a while. We're going to end up offshore for a while. I'll try to put together another little video series, but we're really trying to see the ramp maybe 3 or 4 times this year. Well, it isn't until February, so it technically won't be till next year. But I do want to try to get on at least 3 or 4 ways. We got the one from last year, if you guys remember that. That's right here. There's our receipt from last year. We got receipts. We were officially at the ways with a competing fish, but not a winning fish. So this year we're going to try to throw something at the winning fish, because in my personal opinion, it's time. It's time to do something exciting. We need a fish win. You understand what I'm saying? We need a scale win. We need something to go right at some point. Scale's working great. Made sure I took that this weekend just in case. Didn't need it. Was not impressed with that lake. I can tell you right now. No. I won't even name it yet. I might have said it already, but yeah, I'll just leave that one right out of my mind. We'll pretend that Saturday trip didn't even happen. Trying to get a down south trip, man. It's, coming up on the end of the year, though. Everybody's crunching everything together. I might have a trip to take in December. If there's no telling. There's really no telling at this point what the trip in December is, where it's going to be or what it's going to look like, because I'm just trying to figure out when I'm going to be able to do it. I mean, every time I turn around, it's something else, I got kids' vacations coming up and field trips, and they do that right towards the end of the Christmas break. And then you've got, life and work, and everybody's trying to get everything together at this point. I mean, do yourself a favor and take yourself a moment and go fishing, boys and girls. Just so we're clear. I was going to get into a little bit of trailers and stuff tonight, but I just don't think I'm up for it, man. I don't think I'm up for it. Because that's like a serious sit down for like hours and hours and hours. Because there's so many different ways you can look at this. All right, hold on. Let me do this. That was what happened to me the other day. I was throwing this 5-weight for crappie. Saw a large gar roll. Instead of taking 20 steps to the truck and grabbing an 8-weight that I had rigged, I decided to throw at it. Oh, no. I got the thing in. Oh, boy. Yeah, no, don't go breaking no gear this time of year. That's another thing you don't want to do. Keep what? Keep warm. Yeah, that's the key, man. That's the key. You got to stay warm this time of year. Make sure that if you are out fishing this time of year that you're paying close attention. Very close attention to the weather patterns, because you mess around, catch hypothermia. You understand what I'm saying? Catch yourself in a situation when you're out on the water soaking wet and the wind kicks up and it does drop down to 50, 43. You know what I mean? I went out the other morning. It was 50 degrees. It was 52 this afternoon when I would have been out on the water. So I pulled off that mission. I just didn't even want anything to do with that, man. And you guys know what I'm talking about. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. It's not good times. And then, God forbid, it does get a rain, and then I'm soaked. I got my rain gear on. No, man. No. But we got a couple of new lakes coming up. I will say that. We are going to make it out to a couple of new lakes. I don't know where and when yet. We'll wait. We'll wait it out. I don't want to announce anything yet. But I was given some information on a lake not too far from here that supposedly is open again. So, you know how that goes, man. Buddy Steve wants to do a river trip. We're going to have to keep an eye on the water level down at the river. I might take him and see what he's got going on. Not this weekend, but the following weekend if he's up for running down the river for the day. Those are always good trips. River in the winter can be a little tricky, though, because sometimes the fish are pushed way out and you're done. You know what I'm saying? I know we can't get upriver just because of all the rocks, but we'll see. We'll see what's coming up. There's no telling this time of year, Today it was 30, or Tuesday it was 30, or Monday. Monday it was 30. Oh, yeah, no, bud. No. We had we got 41 this morning, I think, overnight was our low. I'm not quite sure. Or maybe that's tonight. I don't know. But all I'm telling you is 41 is not something that I can handle. I'm not physically built for 41 degrees, just so we're all clear. My days of being in the cold are like gone, all set. Like there are none. There are none. I'm not doing it. I'm not getting in the cold. I'm just not. Not for no reason. You know what I'm saying? We gotta find time to get down to Buddy Ruggles' house and get the seat for the boat that I left on his deck, his front porch. Yeah, it's always something, boys. We're going to figure this out. We're going to get through this year. And you know what? Next year is going to be different. I'm telling you right now. Everything's going to be different. I promise. 17 in North Carolina. Shawana, you turn the heat on and put blankets on. Because there's no way I can handle 17 degrees. It's never going to happen. Now, I've been in it. I know all about it. I don't want to do it anymore. Let me just say that. I don't want to do it anymore. But I got a lot of stuff to do. I mean, I got some videos. I got, I don't know if I'm going to cut any videos out of them or anything like that. But maybe I'll put a little short thing together on the lake that I was on this last Saturday. Like a 3-minute video of absolutely nothing. Because that's the way the day felt. I caught some fish, but not real ones. You know what I'm saying? Not real ones. I ended up breaking the barb off my spinnerbait caught it in a tree, busted the barb off of it, had to shave and file it back down and sharpen that thing up because I missed fish. And, you know, it's always something. It's always something. Wind, like I said, we had a lot of fun with the wind. We're working in a new rod. We're working in a new reel, you know. We're trying to get all that stuff figured out. So, it was more of just me getting out and putting some time in on the water. Again, like the usual, but I do need to take a serious trip, though, and, like, catch some bigs. Like, go just hunt. Just get on my horse and go. You know what I'm saying? Let's find something with some size to it and crush it. Crush it. But, yeah, next Tuesday, guys, we're going to check the weather. I'll keep y'all posted. You know, look around between 10 and 11 on the community channel, on the old YouTube community, and you'll see if I'm going to go live fishing. If I'm not, I'll put something telling you I'm not. Okay, if I am, you'll know because I'll be out there, and you guys will see me. But, again, you're not going to get a lot of bites this time of year, guys. One way to compensate for that, a lot of hooks. Okay, just so we're clear. It's not just the effectiveness of the jerkbait. It's also the effectiveness of 9 treble hooks. You know what I mean? But listen, guys. It's been real. It's been fun. Thanks for hanging out, guys. And we will see you on the next one. See ya.